Welcome back to New Day. Foreclosure remains a very real threat to thousands of homeowners in Washington state, and the King 5 investigators have just uncovered lawsuits spotlighting increasing instances of banks failing to honor home loan modifications. Here with more about this, as well as how attorneys can help homeowners in foreclosure, please welcome from Advantage Legal Group, attorney and founder Jonathan Smith. How are you?
Great.
So that's a bummer if you get your modification and then the bank doesn't honor it.
Yeah, we've actually been seeing this for a while now, and we do get involved in litigation with the servicers when this occurs, and it tends to occur when there's a service transfer. If they transfer the service from one servicer to another during the TPP period, which
so hold on a second. So we're meaning when your mortgage gets sold to somebody else?
Yes.
And what's the TPP period?
Well, when you get a modification, they usually put you through a 3-month trial payment plan.
Okay.
And if they switch servicers during that 3-month period, or even after you've got it finalized, what we're finding is that the ball gets dropped on the transfer of paperwork, and the new servicer is unaware that you now have a modification, and they start sending you late notices again as soon as they start taking over, which we just cured that.
Right.
So we are, the attorney in that King 5 investigative piece is Ha Dow, and I work with her on these cases, and we are pursuing them as well.
Excellent.
Because that we represent people in all aspects of this sort of a situation. We're seeing the same thing now with they lead people on with modifications and short sales all the way to the week of the foreclosure, and then they get a denial the week of, and they're facing foreclosure on Friday.
Facepalm.
It's just so frustrating.
We'll put a link on our website to the investigator's story so you can find out more about that. But the important thing, again, is to remind people that we do have a state law called Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act. That's what you work on with people. Remind us of what that is.
Correct. Yeah, that's a law that was put into place back in 2011. And the real problem is most people don't even know about it, and the banks don't tell you about it.
And they don't have to.
They don't have to, and there's no advertising about it except for what I do, basically. So we're trying to get the word out there to your family, friends, neighbors, coworkers, etc., that this exists. And what it is it allows people to force most lenders to come to the mediation table to discuss alternatives to foreclosure. It's something that will stop the foreclosure from proceeding if you're in foreclosure, and can last anywhere from 4 to 5 to a year, months in time to a year, and they cannot proceed with foreclosure as long as you're in the mediation process. It's overseen by the Washington State Department of Commerce. You can't request it yourself. You must request it through a housing counselor or an attorney, which is what we do.
That's what you do. Now let's talk about how these work out. At least some of the time, the select portfolio servicing case. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future
Gotta
results,
say
of
that.
course. Got to say that. We are attorneys. But this was a select portfolio case in which the original payment was $2,341 a month. We were able to get them a new payment of $1,419, which was a reduction of $922 or 39%. Their original interest rate was 6.5%. Their new interest rate is 2%, and they were 43 months behind at the time we got them.
So now they're caught up, and this is fixed rate, a new 40-year mortgage now?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that's fully amortized. Yeah, it's fully amortized, and it's property taxes and insurance included.
Amazing. Okay, Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo, this was a loan.
Much in the news these days.
Yes, yes. They had a payment of $1,234. We got them a new payment of $748, which was a reduction of $485, or again 39%. Their original interest rate was 7.25%, and their new interest rate is 4%. And they were 10 months behind when we got them this modification.
And so the beauty of this is people then are stable, they remain in their homes, they know what they're facing, they can afford this, and they're caught up.
They're caught up.
They don't have to worry about this anymore.
So their credit is beginning to rebound now because they're not getting those monthly lates.
Okay, and Nation Star.
Nation Star, this one, the loan was the payment actually was $2,391 a month. Their new payment is $2,166. That's a reduction of $224 or 10%. Their original interest rate was 4.625, and now they're in a 4.0, and they were 24 months behind. So yeah, if they can stay in this for like 24 months or so, their credit should improve enough that they would be able to refi out of this if they wanted to, or if they got a great interest rate rate they can stay in. And we, of course, give people free initial consultations. So if you have any questions, you're wondering, you know, it's not going well for you, they're just asking for more and more paperwork all the time, please give us a call. You have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Free initial consultation, and we'd be happy to go over your options with you.
And then you can tell us, you know, can you help us or not
Absolutely,
under those circumstances for free. Thank you, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. For more information about how Jonathan and his team at Advantage Legal Group might be able to help you, please call the toll-free number on your screen. We also will link this information on our website. We'll be back after a quick break. Thanks for helping.